The podcast, which you are about to listen to, is an account of the tragedy which befell a group of 3 library staff members, tasked with picking films for each other to view. It is all the more tragic that they were relatively young, but had they lived very, very long lives, they could not have expected, nor would they have wished, to listen to as much of the mad and macabre as they were to experience this day. For them, a day at the office became a nightmare. The events of this discussion were to lead to the discovery of one of the most bizarre podcasts in the annals of American history, the Real Opposites Podcast.
Hey everyone, and welcome back to The Real Opposites. I'm Aaron,
I'm Josh.
I'm Tobey.
and we are back for the final installment of our
Trilogy of Terror.
Trilogy of Terror. I don't know why I forget that every single time, but I do.
It's fine.
But this is the last episode of our Trilogy of Terror. Now, that doesn't mean we're not going to go into some more horror movies, but for this little Trilogy of Terror, this is the last episode. And this time it was my pick, Cabin in the Woods from 2011. Which I like to laugh, obviously. So I love horror. So horror and a funny horror always
Horror comedy does it for
works. Yeah, like a comedy horror works
Very self-aware
for me. Yes,
horror comedy.
yes. Which I mean is what Scream is, which
Yeah.
is why it's my favorite.
you.
Yeah,
Another good one which we've done on the podcast, Dale and Tucker versus Evil.
Tucker and Dale versus
Tucker,
Evil.
whatever, you know.
Tucker and Dale versus Evil.
We're to be honest, we're lucky I remembered the name at all.
That's fair.
But yes, that's another good one. So, when we were discussing the movies for this, when this one came up, I figured this was a good pick for mine.
Yeah. So you hadn't seen it for a few years?
Yeah, it'd been a while. I was surprised by how much I did remember as it was going through. But some of the like twists in it here and there, like I forgot some of the little details. So it was still a good watch through. I would say it definitely seemed cheesier than I remember.
I mean, yeah,
and
it's super cheesy.
It is, and I just forgot that it was that cheesy. But it's supposed to be that cheesy. Like that is the point.
I think I forgot how early on the reveal that this is a setup happened.
I also forgot that.
I forgot the guy on the roof when they first leave.
Yeah, like they give you like little like I don't know, little teases about like, what's that guy doing on the roof? Like what's the harbinger? What's he calling? Who's he calling? Like what's like they said that they're under surveillance.
Yeah.
But you're kind of left pretty far into the movie before you know like what the hell is going on.
Right.
As far as like why they're being surveilled.
Why are
probably-
they being messed with? Like, because like the bird hitting the
Like electric wall thing.
happens
Yeah.
early
Invisible
on.
wall.
And like that kind of stuff, and I was like, oh, I didn't remember this being so early on in the movie. But it's also a good chance that like, I mean, and I'll say that like this movie I watched the first time I watched it, and then it has gone up on the TV every year since then. At some point in October, but like if I have paid attention to it again is debatable, but.
Right.
Sitting down and actually paying attention to it again. I still love this movie.
Yeah, I usually watch this one every couple of years.
Yeah.
It's kind of a October staple at this point.
It's fun.
I didn't. So like a little bit of history is it was. I think I mentioned maybe in the last podcast. It was shot pre Chris Hemsworth being Thor.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, Drew Goddard, the writer director, and Joss Whedon, who they wrote it together. They had a couple projects fail, and so they just locked themselves in a hotel room and wrote the movie in 3 days.
Oh, that's cool.
And got funding for it, and cast Chris Hemsworth, kind of found him, and it's such a great cast too.
It is.
Bradley Whitford and Richard Jenkins. I love their interaction in the
Control room.
in the control room. Yeah, and I love all the stuff in the control room. It's hilarious.
It is.
Yes.
But so they shot the movie and whatever. But so they, I believe it was Lionsgate. They basically held on to the movie for a year or two until Thor came out, and they could like sell the movie
Right.
on Chris Hemsworth. So anyway, basically, then they released the movie after Thor came out. I think it came out shortly after that. It didn't really do any better than it probably would have before Thor. But I mean, it's a geek movie. Like,
Yeah.
it's like the Grindhouse movie. It's like if you're into these movies, this is the movie you want to go see.
Yes.
It's a lot of fun. It got well reviewed, but I mean, I think it's become kind of a staple over the last
Over time.
almost 15 years.
I know, that's insane.
Because I mean, I didn't see it in theaters. I saw it when it came out on Blu-ray.
Yeah. I'm
after.
pretty.
I wanna
I'm
think I
pretty
saw
sure
this
I
in
probably went and
theaters.
saw it. Because unfortunately I was a Joss Whedon fan.
Yeah, I was not. That's why
so-
I was like, F Joss Whedon. I'm not
Yeah.
going.
Yeah. But I mean, this came out before we knew he was a bad person, I think.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, this came out
but-
my junior year of high school. I definitely.
Yeah, I mean, like,
Yeah,
he
so
did-
I most likely
Yeah.
went and saw this because I mean, I'm Joss Whedon because of Buffy.
Yeah. No, I mean, like,
and
this-
everything else he was
Like
on.
this came out in 2011. Then the next year he did the first Avengers movie,
right,
which
that's
was
right.
enormous.
It was
and
like
you know,
after that.
he was the savior of
Yeah.
geekdom or whatever.
Mhm.
You know, at that point. So I mean, he was riding high.
Yeah, which I
right
mean
after this.
that is one thing I will say he was always known for. He created a lot of geekdoms.
Yeah.
Because you have Buffy, you have Angel,
Firefly.
Firefly. So he did a lot of the geekdom type things.
Yeah, he appeals to that brand of
Yeah.
I love this movie because it plays on the horror tropes, but then it also plays into like no one actually fits these tropes aren't real people.
Yeah.
They
Right.
need to be for this and so like none of these people fit.
Yeah.
Like the fool is actually more of the philosopher. The they all get put into the wrong.
The jock is smart.
They
Yeah,
they all get put into the wrong thing based on their like appearance and
Yeah.
stuff, and it's a good one.
Yeah,
Hey.
the reality is not the same as what we assume based on like the media we consume.
Right.
Consume.
Exactly.
And I love that we kind of picked 3 Lovecraftian movies because there's, and that's the one.
Yeah,
thing
this is
that-
the old gods.
Yeah, that's one thing I
Mm-hmm.
love about this is like, yeah, it works as a satire. It's really funny. But then there's also this undercurrent of unease about the old gods and you know, us having to appease them
Right.
every cycle or every year or whatever, in order like sacrifice in order for them to not destroy the world.
Yeah. Yeah. And this time watching it through, like I said, there was stuff that I don't remember. Like I also didn't remember them kind of showing you so much at first. Like the guy on the roof. I totally forgot about that.
Yeah.
When they're like leaving town. But there was enough to still keep me interested where I hadn't seen it in a while, and it just still was good. I mean, we laughed a good bit. I know Mark really liked it because like the scenes are gory, like the people
Yeah,
are gory.
they do a really
like,
good job
Yeah.
with
a lot of blood.
I love when the
which you
when-
know I love that.
Yeah.
when the merman you know gets Bradley Whitford
Yeah.
at the end, and then his like blowhole just spurts
Spurts
blood.
blood.
It's
Blood.
just like a geyser.
I love that.
It's like, oh, that's
Yeah, that
it's so funny and
It is.
absurd. And then you know the scene like where you know the
All the doors
doors open. You just have this one like sustained shot of just mayhem. Like all these creatures
Yeah.
are flying out, and the ghosts and the unicorn and
Yeah.
like stabbing some guy. And it's just like. It's like you could tell. It's just like kids playing with toys.
Oh,
It's
yeah,
like
it's
how much
so
shit
fun.
can we put in?
right,
this? Like,
exactly.
how many
Really
different
damage.
monsters and yeah.
Yeah, and I like the scene after
I guess they
that.
made 60 for this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like the scene after that where the troop of gunmen are coming to like fix things, and they come up on that room where the elevators are, and it's just like a couple bodies and like 2 zombies eating on a body and
Yeah.
just blood all over the walls, and they
Uh-huh.
just stop, and it's just like
And you just hear that.
yeah,
And then, but like clearly, no one ever makes it out of this room
Yeah.
alive.
No,
Like,
yeah.
And
then I don't know. The reveal of Sigourney Weaver at the end is really cool. As the I don't know wherever the head of the control
Oh, yeah.
whatever it's called.
Yeah, where she's like, dude, she's the one that is having the final, like, the discussion about the gods and how they
Yeah,
have
like,
to die and make the choice for the betterment of mankind. And
Basically, like
they're
giving the Bond villain speech.
Right.
Yeah,
That was Sigourney Weaver?
Yeah.
Sigourney Weaver.
I don't know
Yeah.
this thing.
Horror sci-fi, royalty there.
Yeah.
That's Ellen Ripley, sir.
Yeah.
Which is cool.
Alien.
Yeah, Alien.
Oh,
Alien.
cool.
You for-
But it's interesting.
No, I've never seen
It's
it.
interesting
Yeah,
that
you
they
should.
also, I think they originally went to Bruce Campbell
Mhm.
for that role, which
the whole point was-
I mean, I would have loved it, but he would have hammed it up too. Like,
yeah, it would have been. You need like a not. I mean, I love Bruce Campbell too. You need like a serious actor to give
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
Like not ham it up at that point, because at that point it is like the end of the world. And like
Mm-hmm.
and this is what so many satires kind of misses. They go too big, too broad, and you can't relate to the absurdity, like ground it in some level. Like in this reality, these two characters, they know they're gonna die.
Right.
And she knows the world, like they all know the world's basically gonna end,
Yeah.
and that's what they choose.
Mm-hmm.
And to play that straight and not wink at the audience in that moment. You wink at the audience a lot of other things.
the
Oh, yeah.
whole
You
other
know?
movie.
Yeah, pretty much.
Right.
But like in that moment, that's what I really like how well the movie works on multiple levels. Like as a horror movie, it's like really creepy that there are these, and I love like that POV shot where it like goes. You look down into the pit and
Mhm.
you see like some tentacles and I don't know
Yeah.
fire and stuff and I don't know. I just love anything like that. It's just really cool.
It's just, I do like that they keep this, like, there's this thread through where there is someone who in each scene who's like, everyone else is joking around and having a good time. There's someone in each scene that's like, this is serious business. This is the end of the world.
Yeah.
That we're like dealing with. And I would pay so much money to see the other versions of like, I want to watch
like-
what's happening in Japan.
Oh yeah,
during this,
I love the little cutaways to the schoolhouse or whatever,
Right,
and
and
they're
then-
like
Mhm.
they're like doing some sort of chant that's like
Sucking
now
her
the
into a
the
frog.
Yeah,
spirit is
basically.
within that. Now the evil spirit is when the happy frog.
Yeah.
yeah, it's Heavy Frog, yeah.
Like-
It's like they just totally nail every genre that they're
That's my point. I would love to see that. Like, I want those movies to exist. I would love to see like with what's going on in Buenos Aires with
Yeah.
like King Kong and what's going on in Japan. Like,
it would have been cool.
they mentioned several others, and I'm like, man, I know that this movie couldn't be 6 hours long, but I would love some shorts of what's happening.
I would imagine if it had been a hit, they would have made like a Japanese version and then like a Swedish version.
Oh yeah,
Right.
yeah.
Yeah, like set in those countries during that like time frame.
I wish it had, because I love this movie. I think
Yeah.
it's such good fun.
And I'm honestly kind of glad it wasn't a hit that they haven't like made a sequel, because I think
Yeah, I don't
does-
know that it needed.
It
It
might
does.
ruin it.
It does really work, and like
Well,
you don't need any more.
You can't make a sequel.
Well, I
The
guess
world-
No, I mean the world's. I mean you could make
Well,
a
you
prequel,
could
or
do
you could do like a
prequel or-
side
Yeah.
story.
Like I said, I would. I take. I don't think we need whole movies, but I would totally take a short about what's happening in
Yeah.
each other country during when their things are failing.
Yeah. And that also reminded me of Belko Experiment.
Mhm.
Oh
that I
yeah,
had you guys watch that time,
Yeah.
where they were doing it in different places as well as an experiment.
The other person that I was reading was Jamie Lee Curtis was also considered for the director of
Oh.
Sigourney Weaver, which I could see that.
I could see
She
that.
I could totally see her in the role.
That would have been cool.
But yeah, I think Sigourney does great. Jamie Lee would have been great. Bruce Campbell.
Yeah.
If this was like the trauma version of the movie or something, it would have been fine. But
Yeah.
Let's see. I love Bruce Campbell. I love like Ashford, but like he is that character. Like he plays.
it's not to
Ash,
say he can't play
basically.
dramatic.
He can.
Like he actually is really, really good in Bubba Hotep.
Yeah. He's decent in Burn Notice too when he
Yeah.
has like to play some serious moments and stuff. Like
But I don't know, you need more like, because immediately if you know Bruce Campbell, he pops up on screen. You're like, oh shit, Ash,
yeah.
you know,
Right.
from Evil Dead. It's going to take you out. Where you just see Sigourney Weaver and you're like, oh, bow
Yeah.
down, we're not worthy.
Yeah. And I like I said, I like it when we were watching The Evil Dead the other day, and he was like, but yeah, and it's just everything he's in is so fun. But I think this would have been the wrong. Now there's a role for him in here. Like he could have played one of the guys running the experiment. Like
Yeah.
there's
Oh,
lots of
yeah,
things
yeah.
he could have done that would have been great.
He
In
could have
this
been the
movie.
harbinger.
The harbinger. Oh wow, yeah. And then Morty, buddy. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to leave that on speakerphone. Like that kills me every time because they're like, this guy is a psychopath. It's like,
Yeah,
no.
that's the kind of like Joss Whedon humor I usually hate, but man, it really
Mhm.
works in this. I think a lot of it has to do with the cast with Bradley Whitford
Yeah.
and Richard
Yeah.
Jenkins. It's like I could watch a whole movie of just following them around the compound.
Right.
Just their relationship.
Watching them be
Watch.
a-holes to everybody.
Yeah, it's just like take bets on who's gonna get killed and how. It's I don't know it, but it also I mean like it's fun and funny, but then it also speaks to just our like as a society our general um,
well, it's so nihilistic.
negligence towards
Yeah.
like the seriousness of the situation.
Oh,
You know,
yeah.
like you could extrapolate that to the environment or
Mhm.
authoritarianism or anything else, like our just willingness to just like let's turn it into a gambling hall, and, and
Well, that's
Even
Marty's
though-
like final speech and final scene, like right. They're there and they're just like whatever, let it.
yeah,
Like they light a cigarette and it's
Yeah.
it's a very John
Yeah.
Carpenter ending.
yeah.
Like
Yeah.
it's because I mean all of his characters, especially like Snake Plissken or Sam Neill and in the Mouth of
Mhm.
Madness, you're just sitting there watching the world end.
Right.
Nothing you can do about it. Just accept it and
Mhm.
enjoy the few seconds you
Right.
got left.
Mhm.
And I don't know. Those speak to me more the older I get.
I
Yeah,
mean, at least
for
the end
sure.
is something new in this case. Like, like I don't know, like watching this, I think that's what they come to is like, well, we've just realized that the world that we live in is sustained by this horrific practice. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
Right.
it's like
What really keeps the world going?
yeah,
Yeah.
like okay. Yeah, I don't think I'm good like with this. Like,
Yeah, I mean, you're standing on your principles.
Yeah.
Right.
Like,
Instead of like going with the machine,
Yeah.
going along with it.
And that was that speaking of like the control room and stuff, that was the other thing that I forgot how involved the control room was. Like I forgot about the little gases they put out.
Oh yeah.
And
yeah.
like the girl that had dyed her hair blonde,
they
they had
literally made her stupider.
pre-treated her stuff, so it was already making her dumb. So
Mhm.
she'd be the dumb blonde, and like that, all the steps to make them fit the troop.
Things to increase their like aggressiveness.
Right.
To like
I totally forgot about all that, and
and
that was pretty funny. this time
somehow
around.
Marty smoking pot was overriding their like.
That's a
they're
brilliant
like,
idea.
They
Yeah.
were like,
They didn't count.
what
on,
is in his?
Yeah.
Like,
They didn't. They didn't count on I guess they didn't test marijuana against their
Right.
pheromones and all the whatever
Yeah.
they were trying with him.
like this isn't working. And I
They're not
don't
going to get a
know.
chance to concoct some sort of different weed for the pothead in the next
Right.
next year.
Next year.
No, and you think they would think of that,
Yeah.
but one thing that made me laugh, and I don't know why it made me laugh as hard, is when they are running back into the house at one point, and Chris Hemsworth just clotheslines the ghost girl.
Oh
with
yeah.
one arm.
Yeah.
I don't know why, but I loved that. And then you see her like on the ground trying to move, but she doesn't have that arm, and her other arm, I guess, can't let go of the axe. So she's like trying to wiggle up. I don't know. That was just a moment that really made me laugh.
Yeah. There's a lot of little funny moments like that.
There really are. That I think that's what makes this one stick for me. Is the funny? Which, I mean, the difference is I do like Joss Whedon's version of
Comedy.
comedy.
Mhm.
Maybe I'll get it out there. So I do like his version of comedy, but there's something about this one that all the comedy just works.
It does.
I like you said, you liked some of this stuff. I don't think you have to be a Joss Whedon comedy person
No.
to enjoy this one. It's I don't know. It's really funny.
I feel like my problem with him, like like the Buffy that I've seen, and less so in Firefly, which is why I kind of tolerate Firefly more. But like, I feel like half of his writing is just vague references or quips
Yeah.
to some sort of pop culture, music or movie or something, and it just
Yeah.
gets, and like that's held up as like good writing. Just bugs the hell out of me.
Yeah.
But in this one, it's balanced really well, and also there's not a ton of it. Like the writing is just, I think that a lot of that is Drew Goddard, who is a really good writer. He wrote The Martian, and he also adapted the Project Hail Mary, the new movie that's coming out next year. So I don't know, he's a really good writer. Has a really good tempo that he writes with, and I don't know, them paired together, it works.
Yeah.
For me.
I guess I don't know how true this particular trivia is, but it's my favorite one. It mentions that the American facility has only failed to complete its ritual once before in 1998 due to a screw up with the Chem department. This is believed to reference the movie The Faculty, which I love. The Faculty, and it's like the 5 character types are portrayed. The jock is Sean Hatsoy. The scholar is Josh Hartnett. The whore is Georgiana Brewster. The fool is Clea Duvall. And the virgin is Elijah Wood, where they defeat the monster with an
That's pretty funny.
narcotic.
I didn't
That is.
catch that.
And I was like, that's pretty neat. Like
they do reference like 2 or 3 times, so I thought
Yeah.
there was something, but I couldn't remember what.
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
The Chem department messed up or something. And it's
Yeah.
like that's really neat because I love that movie. So
and we did that one on the
that movie on
podcast.
the podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah. The Faculty is a lot of fun. So I was like, oh, I guess that does.
That is
does
funny.
Work.
And that does make sense.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think that's another thing about this movie is, I mean, most of it you kind of see coming, but the way they unfold it, it's still like a good scene.
It
still works.
It's rewarding on multiple viewings.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it would be cool if like there was a sideline, like a choose your own adventure,
Yeah.
like where they pick a
See,
different
that
thing.
would be cool.
And then instead of like the Buckner, like the zombie hillbilly farm family or whatever, it's Pinhead or it's
How does this work?
Yeah.
vampires or something.
And
Yeah.
I love the like, at one point you referenced, he's like, miss the old days when you just used to just get to throw the virgin into a volcano or whatever, and it's like, but now everything has to be like ethical because like they
Right.
choose their own they choose their own death or whatever, and it's like
We just
Yeah,
kind of
like-
nudge them along.
Right. Like he's saying in
Yeah,
the
like,
beginning,
you
like
get there.
nothing happens unless they do it.
yeah.
So, yeah, we control what we can, but if they don't choose something, then, nothing happens.
Nothing happens,
Yeah.
and it's like, I feel like when the future of the world is at stake, you just chuck maybe
Maybe you do
y'all
just
should be
chuck
throwing people
somebody.
in the volcano instead of this.
Yeah, But they mentioned something like that's the way it has to be done. Is like it has to be, for whatever reason,
yeah,
like
that's
they have
what
to choose.
they want. They have to be entertained by it.
Yeah.
It's like they do talk about the entertainment portion being important for the
for the old gods.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like it's so macabre. Like when they're like, "Oh, take your top off" or what. It's like,
Yeah, and they just turn into like frat boys.
yeah, and they're
Mhm.
just like, man. And then that one guy's there. I was like, this is bleak. Like we're killing them
Mm-hmm.
and getting enjoyment from it, and it's like,
Right.
yeah, well,
Yeah, and I liked,
which translates.
what's his name? The stoner guy.
Marty.
Marty. That he figured it all out. And, from the beginning, he knew something was up. And he's like, the Chris Hemsworth, he's not a jock. And the girl's just like, well, he's drunk. And he's like, no, I've seen him drunk. Like,
This isn't him.
and
yeah.
he's the, like you said, the philosopher, basically.
Yeah.
And nobody's listening to him. And I just think it was really funny how they play on the tropes of, the jock and all that. Nobody's paying attention to the stoner because he's just a stoner.
Yeah.
When really, had they paid attention to him, they might have survived more.
Yeah. I love the like where they were like, we're gonna stick together, and they put the
Yeah.
pheromones like, we should split up. And it's
Yeah.
like, what? No. Why are you
No.
doing? No, we don't
Right.
do that.
What? We should split that, and like I love it when he's in his room and it's like affecting him, but he's like, no, Like when it's like, I should go outside. I should go outside. What? Like I don't. I should go get some air. No, no.
Yeah.
Like,
And then he finds that camera.
yeah. And he's like, what is happening?
Yeah.
He's really good. In
He's good.
the whole cast is.
Can we talk about the wolf scene
Oh
real
yeah,
quick? Because like I
The
remember
dance.
that's the one that sticks in my head more than anything else in this movie is that poor girl
When
who
she's making out with the wolf.
making out with the wolf, and I'm like, oh god,
And
that's,
she sells it.
She does.
it.
And I think
It's so
the
uncomfortable.
main that's what I was gonna say. The main thing that made me uncomfortable, or actually made me be like, oh, a little bit, was when she starts making out with him and like the tongue moves.
Yeah.
Like, 'cause she like puts her tongue under its tongue or something,
Yeah.
and the tongue moves. For some reason, I was like, no thanks. Like,
And, and what they put on the tongue to make it look like
Dusty.
is powdered sugar to make it
Oh.
tolerable for her at least.
Yeah.
So it doesn't
More
just taste like latex or rubber
Right.
or whatever it is.
taxidermy. I don't know.
Yeah.
Ugh.
yeah, that scene. I'm glad you brought that up because that is probably the most uncomfortable scene.
Yeah.
and I didn't.
It's very
like,
memorable.
Yeah, and I didn't remember it like completely, so
Yeah.
it still had that effect on me that I was just like, oh.
And it's one of
Like,
the
oh.
several like lead-ins before things actually start happening
Mm-hmm.
that make you feel like something's about to happen.
Yeah.
Right.
Like,
Like,
there's
is the
some-
wolf going to come to life and bite
Yeah.
her head off? Or
Yeah.
Like
There's
what's
definitely
going
some
on
tension
here?
there
There's
as well.
tension. Yeah, it's just like, oh god.
Yeah.
Yeah, they do a really good job like laying everything out early on,
Mhm.
and not giving you like a straight line, like
Right.
This could go this way or this way,
And-
which is kind of how it is for the characters.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that's what I was saying earlier. Like, I mean, a lot of it you kind of see coming, but you don't. There's still a reveal that you're like, oh, so that was definitely that, or
Yeah.
that was. I feel like you can be like, okay, well, this is probably going to happen, and it does happen, but then there's still like another reason it happened, or it's not just straight. You figure it out. 100%.
I think that
movie.
the best like kind of slasher movies put you in the in the shoes of the character.
Right.
Like the best Friday the 13th is part 4 because the characters are like feel less like tropes, less
Right.
like stereotypes. They feel like real characters that popped out of like a John Hughes movie. And it's easier to like put your. I'm just thinking of that because I rewatched that again recently, and it just makes it easier for you to invest yourself into what's going on.
And kind of feel it.
Yeah, and that's why I just like the movie because it really works on a lot of different levels as a satire, as like a genuinely good horror movie,
Right.
and just as a raucous affair.
Mm-hmm.
It's. I remember the first time I watched it, and that those doors open and all the monsters come in. I was like, "Holy shit!"
Yeah.
It's just like,
Yeah. And there's some.
that would have been so much fun to see in the theater with like a packed crowd, at with like a bunch of horror fans.
Right.
Everyone would have lost their shit.
Oh yeah. Yeah, and I think some of those scenes were great too. Like you said, the unicorn.
The unicorn kills
unicorn.
me.
I totally forgot about the
Yeah.
unicorn, and I literally just
It just
cackled.
like comes
And
out
we
of nowhere.
Yeah, and we both were like, "Oh my god, a unicorn!"
Oh my god.
And
And it just. I forget who he stabs.
I think it's just somebody
Just
random.
like a security guard
Yeah.
or something. It just like pins him to the wall. And then I think it backs up and it just goes running down the hallway.
Yeah,
I
it
think.
does.
It's like I was laughing just thinking about it. It's hilarious.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the other one that made me actually laugh was the clown.
Oh
Uh-huh.
yeah.
Just because he's like stabbing somebody else, and then the person is trying to shoot him, and the
Yeah.
whole time the clown's just like laughing. But it's that perfect clown laugh.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
It just really worked, and then
That-
he just stabs her.
It's actually who plays the clown is Terry Notary, who's he does a lot of like digital character work, like in the
okay.
Apes movies and
Okay.
like Peter Jackson King Kong.
Oh, that's cool.
He's a movement coordinator or something.
Okay.
He teaches
Okay.
people he taught everyone how to like walk like an ape
Right.
in like the Apes movies and stuff.
Oh, that's really
I
cool.
wonder if he actually went to clown school because I feel like a lot of
don't know.
people that do like
I
that
think he was-
kind of work
He was in Cirque du Soleil,
have a
so I'm
background.
sure he's done
That's
some sort of
Yeah.
clown work in the past.
So maybe that's why it works so well.
because it is the clown voice is hard to do. Like I can't.
Yeah.
Like
I don't know if that's his voice.
I'm usually okay
like-
with voices, and I can't get a clown right. Like
Yeah.
I can't. Like
Yeah.
I've tried with because when we're running D&D, and right now we're doing a horror campaign, and there's a clown involved, and I can't
Can't do a clown.
do
I
a
can't go that
clown.
high
Yeah,
anymore.
me either.
It's not
But that-
even it's not even the high. It's just like the manner of talking is
Mhm.
so like odd and foreign. Like
Yeah.
I could maybe do Krusty the Clown or something.
Yeah. That's a little different.
a little different.
But where you're mentioning he is some, like a movement coordinator and does other stuff. I thought it was cool. I saw Heather Langenkamp,
Langenkamp, yeah.
Nancy in Nightmare on Elm Street was part of the makeup crew.
Yeah, that's
Her and her husband has like a group. Like
the makeup effects company. And I think she largely transitioned out of acting like in the 90s. She met her husband, I think I want to say it was on like New Nightmare in 94.
Okay.
The last Nightmare that Wes Craven directed.
Yeah.
And they married. He was of course an effects guy, and she
She
just
just went that route as
Yeah.
well.
and she's worked on a lot of movies like with him, and he's been in a few movies as like an extra or a stunt, like somebody gets killed basically
Yeah.
because like they can apply the makeup to him, and it's a
Right.
little bit easier than having an actor. But yeah, it's really cool that I don't know, like if I was working on the movie, I'd be like, yo, Nancy Thompson's doing my makeup.
Right. Exactly. Like that's what
How,
I'm
how
saying.
crazy
like,
is that?
Kind of
Right.
a big deal.
Yeah.
I just thought that was really cool.
Yeah, I mean, you just like you watch it, and you just feel the love for the genre,
Mhm.
for what they're doing, and that translates really well. It comes through like gangbusters in the movie.
And it's self-aware, but it's not like I don't know. There's a way to do self-aware horror comedy correctly, and this is it. And Scream
Yeah.
is it. But like
Yeah.
I've seen it done poorly, but like this is the
Yeah, I mean, like similar to Scream, like they're aware of the stereotypes,
Right.
And so it makes it more easy to relate to them, and it makes
Mhm.
the horror they're experiencing is real.
right.
Yeah.
Like it's really real to them. It's not they're not wink wink, all
Right,
the
they're
time.
not.
Yeah.
not.
Yeah.
So that's what it's like we're in on the joke. They're not.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And that's a like Shaun of the Dead's a really good one too. It's
Yeah.
like, yeah, we get all these tropes, and but for Shaun and I forget whatever Nick Frost, for Simon Pegg and Nick Frost, it's like they,
It's real.
when like Nick
They
Frost
get
is
the tropes, but it's real.
yeah, when Nick
exactly.
Frost gets bitten or whatever at the end,
Yeah.
like it's a really dramatic scene. It's like, oh shit, man, I didn't
Right.
expect to like cry at Shaun of the Dead,
Right.
like, coming,
Exactly. Yeah, and I think I would say there's not tons of those that do it right.
yeah, totally.
I mean, of course, we mentioned Scream. There's Cabin in the Woods. There's the Tucker and Dale, or Dale and Tucker.
Tucker and Dale versus
Tucker and Dale versus Evil.
yeah,
Shaun of the Dead. Those are some of the best ones, in my opinion.
Mhm.
That just do it, and it's funny, but it's self-aware, but it's still got the horror
it's
element.
still happening for the characters.
Right.
The characters never feel like they're winking at the camera.
Yeah.
Like the
Yeah.
the plot does.
The
or
writers are winking
The
at
writers are winking
Right.
at us, and we can feel that. But it's still the characters still have to feel like they're really experiencing this.
Right.
And I think
Yeah.
that's where things like the particularly stupid ones like Sharknado and stuff like that fall
Yeah, no,
flat
no,
because they're like.
No, I did like the first two Sharknadoes, but
mm,
but for a totally different reason. That they don't belong in the same category at all. Yeah,
anyway.
anyways,
We're just gonna cut that out.
Right.
you can.
They don't. Those movies don't deserve airtime. But,
No.
No, they don't.
But I did like that this one, how we said, like, we're getting a lot of the winks and things like that from the control room. We get a lot of the jokes there. What's happening on the outside is definitely happening to them. But then you do have the fear of the people, even though they're betting and stuff, they still have a fear of like the downstairs, of the
Yeah.
the gods. So there's still like fear that's in them as well, and that comes through in certain points. And so I think it's just in this one, it's done really well, a balance of like fear and funny.
Mhm.
I agree.
And I just really like that. and you mentioned it earlier, but the merman, that scene to me is just so funny because throughout the whole thing, he's like, I'll never get to see a merman. And then the smoke, the way it rolls, and then he barely comes out and he's like, oh, you've got to be shitting me or kidding me or
Yeah,
something
yeah.
like that.
I think he's shitting me.
I think it is. And, then, blood
Yeah.
shoots out the. It's just so funny. And also, I know that guy's in other things. The main thing I know him from is Billy Madison.
Mhm.
and I always think of that character, and that character is so fun too.
Yeah.
And I don't know, it just makes me like that
It's-
actor a lot.
Yeah, no, he's really good. I mean, it is kind of playing the same character, I guess.
It is. I mean, in a way, it kind of
degree.
is.
It's very smarmy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but I think overall, I mean, the movie, I still really enjoyed it. We had a great time with it. Laughed a lot. The gore, amazing. The effects are great. The story's good, and it does link back to so many different things. You can apply it in so many ways. Some of the meanings of what was going on.
Yeah.
So I think it holds up. Yeah, and I think we've all enjoyed pretty much our whole trilogy of terror series here for October.
Good on us. We picked some bangers.
Yeah,
Kids say.
and I think they touch different things, different styles, and yeah, I think it was good. This was a good October special.
Yep, I agree.
For sure. So
Pat myself on the back.
yeah, there you go.
Good job.
So it does bring us to the end of the trilogy of terror. However, we here at Real Opposites love horror, and it's not going to necessarily stop there. So next
Certainly
time, what is it?
I said certainly not.
Right. So join us next time when we discuss Weapons,
Yes,
which is a
The-
newer movie.
the new movie that came out this year.
Yes, and
Big surprise hit.
yeah.
Josh Brolin and Julia Garner.
hmm
Mhm.
I think there's already a sequel in the works.
Oh, probably.
I think is what I've heard.
Does it need? We'll talk about that.
I think it might be a prequel
Yeah, I think it's a prequel about
one of the characters.
Yeah, I'm not gonna say anything because it is like
Yeah,
it is like don't look at anything about the movie. Like just kind of go in. I don't think it really. I mean, we'll get into it. I don't think it really works that well, but
Mm-hmm.
it definitely has some good. It's pretty good.
Yeah.
It's pretty good.
Well, I'm excited for this. This is one I wanted to see in theaters, and I just never made it.
Yeah.
So I'm excited for watching it and being able to discuss it. So yeah. So that will be our next movie. Will be Weapons, and we'll discuss that on the next podcast. But until then, I'm Aaron,
I'm Josh.
I'm Tobey.
and this has been The Real Opposites.